So it turns out I got very, very lucky on YouTube because I have a really awesome commenter and subscriber that just gave me a whole bunch of motivation to do this, because honestly, I thought I would get 0 views. I really thought that, because I know like YouTube's not going to push these, but someone actually watched it. So that's just mind blowing to me. So that is so awesome. Thank you very much. Welcome to the channel, my new friend. So since you watched my boxing video and we talked about shadow boxing, I'm going to tell you something really cool. Did you know in Muay Thai, in the Muay Thai clinch, you can choke someone out? Yes, you might not know this, but if you get your thumb, then you get in between your 2 fingers here, the peace sign with your thumb, put them together, you can actually, if you squeeze your arms together like that, around someone's neck, right, you can actually choke someone and potentially put them to sleep in the Muay Thai clinch while standing. And if they don't go to sleep, you can actually take them down or you can knee them. But that's a really cool fact I thought I would just share with you because, those comments were awesome. And yeah, thank you very much. I'm trying not to make this a martial arts channel, by the way, but it's very likely I'll start talking about it again because I'm kind of like an open book. I'll start talking about stuff. But those comments actually gave me an idea for a video, and that's what I'm going to talk about now. You mentioned you worked in retail, and obviously the customer abuse is horrible. I know what that's like because I worked at a cafe once and someone came in and wanted a bacon and egg sandwich. And, me being me, my stupid self thought, oh, bacon and eggs must mean, I don't know, bacon and eggs. So I went and got the boss and I said, this customer wants bacon and eggs. And so I got some bacon and eggs, which was on the menu, gave him the bacon and eggs. And it turns out the customer actually didn't want bacon and forgot to tell me or something. Like, what the fuck is I want bacon and eggs, but I forgot to. And then you're the bad guy. I remember when I quit, my boss was like, oh yeah, I can see why you quit. This is like a horrible life, to be honest. I thought, wow. It shows how great the working world is, isn't it? Like even your boss is like, oh, like, yeah, it's terrible. I think he even owned the cafe as well and sold it. I don't even know. But what I was trying to say is, your comment gave me an idea. I was going to talk about this. So when you work, because your comment said that, it makes you happy to make money from work, and obviously yes. But I find when you spend the money, it's the most depressing thing. That's why I hate the 9 to 5 so much, because you go in there and the work that you do to get that such small amount of money, to me, it devalues the money. So if I earn, say, $30 an hour, and then I go and buy something for $30, I get this sinking, oh my God, it's so depressing. It's like, oh, I've just wasted an hour. It's like, have you ever seen that movie, The Princess Bride, where it's like, you've just had an hour sucked, or 1 year sucked of your life away, or whatever he says in the movie, I forgot. That's literally me. It's like you get your paycheck and then you spend it. You're like, oh, I've just spent an hour of my life. It's the most depressing thing ever. And it's not just me, because I've known lots of people and I've noticed this phenomenon. So when I first met my ex-girlfriend, she didn't have a job. She was unemployed, but she was on welfare in Australia. We'll call it Centrelink. It's just welfare. They treated her like absolute crap, by the way. Horrible people. And then she got a little bit of money. And after all her bills were paid, she'd basically just spend it all. Like, she's just really generous. She'd buy me things and really nice, to be honest. The moment she got a job, it was a really low paid job. She had double the money, but she wouldn't spend any of it. Because obviously the same reason I don't like to spend it. Oh, my microphone. Same reason I don't want to spend any of it, because it's like you work so hard for such little pay, and then when you spend it, it's the most depressing thing in the world. I find it depressing. Personally, my personality, because I've been friends with rich people, it messes my head up, to be honest. I had this other friend, and he was on the disability pension for his mental health in Australia, but he was so generous. He used to come visit me, and he'd spend heaps of money, and he was just a really nice person. He was the work zombie guy I was talking about in my other video. And he got a job, actually a relatively high paid job in Australia. And as soon as he got this high paid job, it's like he didn't want to spend anything. And he was just like, oh, I work so hard for my money, you wouldn't understand. I'm like, dude, I understand. He started picking on me basically, which is depressing, because when someone you've known for 20 years starts picking on you due to money, you sort of get a bit like, it's depressing, to be honest. I've known a lot of other people too. Like one of my friends from a well-off background, he got a job after university, and he was very like, he didn't want to spend money, and he's very like, so it's not just me. I think a lot of us, I'm very curious to hear if you actually feel the same. Like you should please comment actually and let me know if you have this exact same problem, to be honest. If like when you work and then you spend it, you feel bad. Don't tempt me to start giving financial advice, because I know a lot about trading and investing. So I might start, but then I have to give those disclaimers and then, whatever. But anyway, I'll just make this channel whatever I want to make it. Who cares? But yeah, thanks for the suggestion. But yeah, what I was going to say was, So this really rich friend I was talking about in my other video, he basically he kind of felt bad for me because he was just such a like awesome guy and he could see that I was really struggling. So he gave me this like Amex card for a while. It's like a metal credit card. I don't know if you know I don't know if people know what it is. You probably do know what it is. I'm not sure if it's like, but it's like a metal credit card and it gets you access to like airport lounges and stuff. So you let me like use his card for a bit, just buy random stuff like, I don't know, food and a few things. And I just, I'm not a very big spender, to be honest, but I went onto eBay and I bought this like torch flashlight, that I've always wanted. I like them. They're very good for self-defense, by the way, but I probably shouldn't be saying that, but it's true. Anyway, so I got this torch for $100 and I just felt so happy. I was like, I genuinely felt happy. It was just crazy because normally when I buy stuff, I feel horrible because I feel if I spend $100, that's like multiple hours of work, or, if you just buy it for free, essentially, it feels wonderful. And it really made me think money really is the secret to happiness. I don't care what anyone says. I've never heard a rich person say money didn't make them happy. It's only poor people. I've like asked rich people about this and they say, I knew one guy from a long time ago. He was very, very rich. He was the guy that I was saying in the other video. The guy, it's like, my grandkids will never work. He said this to me. He said, even when he's sad, like about a woman or leaving him or something, he said the money, he could just fly to Fiji, go on a jet, jet ski, fly private. He said that it made his mood better when he said, his literal words to me were, I don't know how normal people get on with bad breakups or something like that. I forget, it was like 20 years ago he said this to me, but 10 years ago, whatever. But what I'm trying to say is, money really is the secret to so many things. Like, just think if you had a whole bunch of money, I'm a terrible influence. Just think if you had a whole bunch of money right now, what would you be doing? Would you be in retail? I do not think so. I do not think so. I do not think we would be doing these things. No, not at all. And it just goes to show when like my friend, I've had other people, give me stuff and, because when people buy me things and they're nice, I always feel like happy, I'm not taking advantage of them. When they offer it to me, I don't ask anything, they just give it to me. I just feel so happy. I just feel like, oh wow, like, I didn't have to sacrifice for this. And why I'm bringing this up is often in the YouTube world, the business world, they all say, oh, you got to work really hard and you feel good. No, honestly, because work is different things to different people. When I trained martial arts for 4.5 hours a day, 5 days a week, it didn't feel like work to me. The time just flew by. I was having the time of my life. Then I got injured and I couldn't keep doing it like that intense. That's why I'm struggling with my body at the moment. That's why I couldn't keep boxing in that video because my cardio is out of shape. Anyway, I lost train of what I was trying to say. But basically what I'm trying to say is work is different depending on who you are. So, for me to sit in an office for 8 hours a day, that is like torture. It actually is like torture for me. I'm not exaggerating that to try and be, it is genuine torture for me. The offices make me just want to, I don't even want to say it, just like, I don't know, collapse, stop breathing. It's just, but then for some other person, working in manual labor, they don't mind that. So everyone is different. And that's why I don't like the working world, because what I like to do in life is to think and to explore and to, I like businesses and things. I don't enjoy the working world at all, to be honest. And I think when I watch YouTube and I see people talk about this topic, it makes me feel so almost relieved because I feel like an outsider in this world. Like I'm supposed to be happy to want to slave away. I'm supposed to be grateful. That's the one. Grateful. Oh, I'm so lucky to have a good job. And not what even is a good job. You're supposed to pretend you love it, And when I see people, talking horribly about work, it makes me feel, oh, I'm not insane. I'm not. You honestly, sometimes you feel like you're going insane. You think, am I the only one that hates working? Then you remember other people hate it too, And here's a bit of comfort. Usually the most intelligent people don't like working. So I saw this thing in, I forget the story, but it was in China. There was a prodigy. He had like a PhD by the time he was 11, or I forget the exact story, but he was like a really genius Chinese guy. And he apparently hates working a job. And I just thought the smartest guy, one of the smartest guys, the highest IQ in China, said something in the media, I hate working. I thought, if he says it, then, who knows, you know what I'm saying? So I just think we're all different, and maybe I'm neurodivergent, probably am, I assume I am. But either way, even if I'm not, like, just why can't people just be happy, We're always the bad guy for just wanting to be happy in this world. But yeah, I've probably gone on for a little bit too long in this video. But yeah, thank you very much for your input, and I hope this video entertains you. Thank you very much, my friend.